Instagram released a bunch of new updates in January that are actually really cool, so I'm excited to show you guys these today. But before we get into it, if you are new to the channel, you know what to do. If you like today's content, we talk about Instagram updates, Instagram strategies for the most part, and really everything social media news. So you know what to do if you like today's content, but at least like the video. Come on, it only takes a second. So let's get into going over these updates. The first one you might have seen, but I will say that I didn't really mess with it before. When you go to edit profile on your account, you can see that you can have an avatar be part of your profile picture. So it just makes it so it shows your regular profile picture and then it flips over to your avatar and then they wave. What are the benefits? I don't think this would probably give you a higher follower conversion ratio. It might show that you're a more active creator because you're using the new features. So maybe on a massive scale, a micro difference could be seen in the amount of profile visits that convert over to followers for you. That's what I mean by follower conversion ratio. But otherwise, I think it's more of their way of incorporating the VR world and getting people used to the metaverse, because that is ultimately what their big call has been with Meta and trying to get people into AR and VR. And the more we spend time just getting used to our VR self, the more likely we are to hang out there all day. So I think on a subconscious level, that is my guess of why they really came out with this, to get people more used to being in the metaverse. And you can put it on your profile if you like it. I don't really like my avatar, so I don't think I'll be doing it, maybe eventually, but it is kind of cool. I think the one way that it would help you tactically is the amount of time someone spends on your page does contribute to their engagement score with you. And if they see this profile picture flip around, they're at the minimum going to wait to watch until that finishes. So it probably buys you a couple extra seconds with some people that visit your account, and that might help a little bit. Anyways, moving on to the next feature, we have quiet mode. So this is just a way to make it so your DMs, the comments, like all notifications, you don't get notified of anything that's going on when you're in quiet mode. There's really not anything else to say it besides that. I'm more of a fan of deleting the app, I will say. There's also another version of deleting the app where you can remove it from home screen. If you have an Apple phone, when you try to delete it, it will say, do you want to delete the app or just remove it from home screen? You can remove it so that you at least can't see Instagram. It still isn't that hard to find because when you pull down, it will probably be one of your suggested apps, but it does make you go on the app a lot less. Otherwise, it's not really necessary, because when you go in quiet mode and then you're on the app, I guess you could just use it for scrolling only and you can be in quiet mode. That would be one way if you're like, I don't want to do DMs right now or just see any of these notifications. So probably for bigger influencers, there's more of a benefit from this mode so that you can scroll the feed in peace. But the one other thing it does is if someone sends you a DM when you're in quiet mode, it will let them know you are in quiet mode. And if it's important to you to let people know that you're not even going to see their DM, so that's why it's taking so long to reply, then you might want to try out quiet mode. We also have hidden words and recommendations. This is something that existed in messages. If there's a word that you just want to auto hide the message, you can put it in there so they scan for the word and they just hide it. And then this is now for posts. If there's any words that you want to make sure are not in any posts, then you can use this. Enough said on that update though. For the, we have one more. So two more updates. One more after this one is what I meant. So multi-select on the explore page for the sake of hiding posts. Sorry, that kind of sounds weird, especially if you're listening to the audio version of this podcast only. But what it means is when you're on the explore page, if there are some posts that you don't want to see more of that type of content, you can hold your finger down on that post and then it will say a few options, but if you say not interested, then it will pull up another window that says post hidden. Would you like to hide more than this? And you can click on hide more, and then you can multi-select a bunch of posts on the explore page that you don't want to see more content like that. So I actually do find this pretty valuable because a lot of times if you are seeing a certain type of content on your explore page, just from you pressing not interested on one of those posts is not going to keep it off of your explore page. But if there was a type of content that you really just did not want to see anymore, then you could hold down on all of the posts and click on all of them that are that type of content, and then just hide them, or say not interested in this type of post to a lot of them. And this is just a way to protect your time on Instagram, which is really valuable, because us as social media marketers, it's obviously a trap that we can get caught in, where we just start using the app in too much of a personal sense when we go on. So this is a way to refine the content you see, especially from your business page. I would try to keep that content as boring as possible on your explore page, honestly, so that you can make sure you know, I'm on my business account right now and I need to be working. The last update, which I'm super excited about, is the app navigation update at the bottom. So the shop page, the shop icon used to be the second one from the right. So to the left of the profile picture and then to the right of the create button, it used to be the shop button right there. And I guess no one really used it. And yeah, they put it as the Reels page. I just like this because the shop page made it just not what Instagram's really about. It's not a place where people want to go to just necessarily look at all products. So I think it was ultimately a good move for keeping people on the app longer and sticking to their main ad revenue source, which is just showing ads rather than middlemaning e-commerce transactions, which was the ultimate goal of the shop tab. Of course, you can still go to the shop tab, and I think for a while, if you had your shop connected to your Instagram account, it would give your posts a boost in reach. And I would still say that it gives it a slight boost in reach, not as much because there's naturally going to be less traffic on the shop page now. But yeah, I like this update because it was something they did to go away from being less promotional of an app and more content friendly and just more entertainment content friendly. So I like this update. Good job, Instagram. If you agree, like the video. If you don't, dislike the video. I don't know if that hurts the video, so don't do that. Actually, just like the video multiple times, go back and forth, but make sure it ends up still being a blue like button, and then I'll know from seeing the ticker go back and forth that you didn't really like this update, and that's how I'll know. So do that. Leave some comments if you got any questions. You can find me on Instagram at socialbamboo with an underscore at the end if you want to DM me anything personally. All right, talk to you later.